Alright guys, so this is the second part of my video for the Connecticut shooting thing, because I'm kind of still working through this last idea, so bear with me and hopefully it will make sense. So, I'm a zoology major, and for one of my classes we had to write a paper based on our major. So, being Zoe, I decided that I want to write a paper on reintroducing wolves to New York, because wolves are kind of my passion, I guess you could say. Like, they're the animal that I want to work with when I've graduated and done all that stuff. So, I did that, did a bunch of research, and found in Yellowstone, wolves being reintroduced actually increased the biodiversity of the area. So that means instead of there being elk and grass, I don't know what else there was, there's now elk and grass and willow and beaver and a bunch of birds and all sorts of little things that are in the ponds created by the beavers and all this stuff. But anyway, so that's what biodiversity is. But so what happened is wolves are killed off, blah 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 blah, we know what happens. So elk say, hey, we like these willow things growing by the stream, nom nom nom, eat them all. And humans say, hey, this isn't good, the willows should still be growing, and they're not because of the elk, so we're going to hunt them. Sure, the population decreases, elk still eat the willows. Nothing changes. So then when they reintroduce the wolves, what they found is that, wolves prey on elk all the time. It's not just during a short period, like a set period, for part of the year. It's all the time. So the elk became scared of the wolves, rightly so, and thought that places like, stream beds, which is where the willows grow, are dangerous. So they stopped going to the stream beds because they didn't want to get eaten. So the reintroduction of wolves changed the elk's behavior, and that change in behavior is what let the willows grow. And then willows grew, birds came and nested, and blah blah blah, because that's what birds do. And then beavers came because they like the willows, and then they built dams, and then they created pools, and then stuff went in the pools. So boom, biodiversity, yeah. So the point to that, what seems like completely off-topic story, is that's kind of my view on gun control. So, this whole idea of passing strict gun control laws to stop violence is kind of like hunting the buffalo. No. Is like hunting the elk to stop them from eating the willows. Yeah. You're going to have less people with guns, but the problem is they're still out there. And once a product is on the market, period, it appears on the black market. And if you want something badly enough and you have the money to get it, you will get it. It's just how humans work. If a product exists, it exists on the black market, where there are no rules. Because that's the point of the black market, is you can get things you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. I'm sorry, this is what's going to happen. There's people who want to hurt other people are going to do it no matter what. It doesn't matter if they have to get their guns from a black market or if they have to use like a knife or something. They'll do it. Because there are bad people out there. What's really going to make a difference, especially in cases like school shootings, is something that changes the behavior of society. And yeah, I know that's hard, because we are a very violence-based society, with wars and stuff. I don't know. But, it's very much based on violence, because it's all you see on TV. I'm not blaming violent movies, I'm not blaming violent video games, just as much blame on those, because, for me, video games and movies and that stuff, that's not real. There's nothing real about it. That's where you get to be someone you're not. The news, however, the news is real. You know, you can't, I mean, sure there are hoaxes and stuff on it, but the news is stuff that's actually happening to real people. You know, that's violence that you can't erase with a reset. You can't stop it and say, you know, I don't want to watch this. It's real and it's happening. And that's the violence that's scary, because you know it's real. You know, it's not like it's these people who are like pixels, so you know they're not real, and it's not like it's, you know, it's not actors. It's real people, and it's happening as we speak in different countries. And the only way to, you know, taking guns away isn't gonna stop it, because the only way you're gonna do that is if you find every single gun on this planet and you destroy it. Like, you send it to, like, the thingies that crush the cars and go, you do that with guns. No more guns. Except then, you still have the people, gun blueprints are up here. They still know how to make them, regardless of whether they're there. So then your options are kill all the people who know how to make them, which seems like a really bad way to stop violence by doing more violence. So that's a bad idea. Or by getting rid of all the resources used to make guns, which we use a lot, so that's also bad. So that's not going to work. And it's not like you can just tell people not to buy them, because, as I said earlier, it's going to happen regardless. What really would make the difference is changing attitudes about things. You know, changing the stigma towards mental illness, because it's not, you know, it's kind of like how people used to view leprosy. You know, like, if you were a leper, you had to go live in your own colony, because normal people didn't want to even see you. They wanted nothing to do with you. Now, people go get treatment. They're fine. They're better. Same thing with mental illness, you know? I mean, there's a lot of stuff, like, out there, and people aren't getting treated for it because they're scared of what other people are going to think of them. I mean, it's really hard to get someone to do something that, or for someone to know something about me that makes me uncomfortable, that I don't want them knowing. And I would bet money, if I had, like, a severe mental illness, I'd be uncomfortable about it. I wouldn't want to talk to people about it. I mean, I've been depressed before, and I have no problems talking to people about that, considering that I just talked about it on the internet. But, you know, like, if I had something like schizophrenia or bipolar, or, I don't know, anything of that magnitude, I wouldn't be talking about it as much. I wouldn't want other people to know, so I wouldn't get the help I need. And that's a huge problem. Because when you have, you know, mental illnesses play with your head. That's the name of the game. They're mental. And they make you perceive things that aren't really there, or they make you miss things that people say. Or think that people are after you when they're really not. And, you know, if society stopped having such a negative attitude towards them, people with mental illnesses might actually go, you know, like, feel comfortable saying, yeah, something's wrong with me, and I need help. You know, it's another thing. It's okay to ask for help. You can, you know, there are people who don't care if you have a mental illness, and those are the people that should be in your life, because they won't try and drag you down because of it. You know, you need to surround yourself with people who care. And, you know, there are people out there who judge you on ridiculous things. But there are also people who don't. There are people who see you as a person and don't care. You know, I mean, I will say I'm one of those people. I really, it doesn't matter to me who you are, where you're from, you know, what race you are, what religion you are, what sexual orientation you are, whether you have a mental illness or not, or whether you don't have a leg or something. You know, I don't care. You're still a person. As long as you're a nice person, I'm alright with it. You know, it doesn't take that much for me to like you as a person. So, you know, there are people out there. And it's up to people like us who don't care to make they don't care if, not that we don't care, but that we don't care if you have a mental illness. Like, it doesn't change our opinion on you. You know, it's up to people like us to make other people not see it as a problem. So, you know, that's one thing. And then the whole bullying thing. There's still, okay, any of you adults who might think that, you know, we don't have it as bad as you, because there's all this stuff that you could do in high school that you can't do now. It's not like you can go beat the crap out of kids and then get a slap on the wrist. Which, A, that still does happen. Just saying. B, there's this whole new realm of cyberbullying and verbal abuse. Like, kids, myself, like, my age group included, say some of the most horrible things. And kids know what the best way to get inside your head. Like, they know. I don't know what it is. And I say kids, I don't mean every kid. I mean, like, the kids who are the bullies, they know. It's horrible. And what's being done about it? I mean, yeah, you have all these anti-bullying campaigns, but they're not helping. You know, you have to figure out, I don't know what, but there's got to be a better way to do it. And I know, like, a huge part of it is the fact that not everyone gets equal protection under bullying laws. Like, you can get kids in trouble for bullying, unless you are gay, lesbian, trans, bi, or anyone else in the acronym. Because there aren't laws in every state protecting you. And in some cases there are laws that are kind of anti-protect you. Like, you're in the wrong for being gay and getting bullied. Like, it's your fault. And that's bad. You know, people need to take a stand and say that bullying is bad. No matter what. Regardless of all the stuff that makes you up. Bullying people is bad and it just needs to stop. Period. So, yeah. I think that was all I wanted to say. I don't really remember. I'm sorry to make it 2 parts, but as you can see, I had a lot that I needed to get off my chest. So, thank you guys for listening, and if you want to talk about it in the comments, you know, feel free. I just ask you guys to be respectful of each other and each other's opinions, and acknowledge the fact that you don't have to have the same opinion to actually have a civil discussion. Okay? It's nice talking to people from the other side. Especially since I'm really not in either side. I'm just a fence sitter. Yeah. We're gonna leave that joke in there. Okay. So, you know, I don't know what to say anymore, you know. There are no words to express my sorrow about this. There's no words. And what I'm feeling is nothing compared to the families of everyone involved, so, you know, it sucks. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. It's nuts. So, yeah, hopefully next week we'll have a happier topic. We'll see, especially since it's Christmas Eve. But, yeah, my name's Winnie Dias. I make these videos every week. Peace.